You are watching Places. Every Tuesday, we bring you an insightful look into fascinating events from all around the world. Saudi Arabia. How one family created a world superpower. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, Aluxers, and welcome back. Wouldn't it be fascinating to have an entire country named after your family and also controlled by it? Well, as some of you may have guessed, today we're talking about Saudi Arabia, a Gulf nation ruled by a single family since the 16th century that's now become one of the richest countries in the world. So let's explore how this nation rose from a desert land no one cared about to a world superpower in just a few decades by exercising total control over anyone that came in between. Introduction. The modern-day Saudi Arabia is the largest country in the Middle East by size and a world military superpower with $55.9 billion spent on its military. It's a home to its state-owned natural gas and oil company, Saudi Aramco, which is valued around $2 trillion. At present, Crown Prince Mohammed Bin Salman, also known as MBS, is the de facto ruler of the country, while his father, King Salman, is the throned king. The ruling family of the House of Saud consists of over 15,000 prince and princesses, all of whom are descendants of the founder of the country's former King Abdulaziz bin Rahman Al Saud, commonly referred to as Ibn Saud. The total net worth of the House of Saud today is approximately $1.4 trillion, out of which the net worth of the king alone is $17 billion. We're sure you guys are a bit overwhelmed with those numbers, just like we are. So let's take a look and understand how this country attained this level of wealth and power. The past, before the discovery of oil and natural gas. In 1924, Ibn Saud, along with his Wahhabist allied tribes, took over Mecca and Medina, the two holiest mosques of Islam, and was the beginning of the modern-day Saudi Arabian Empire, and the second longest ruling monarchy the world has ever seen, after the British monarchy. After conquering the holy mosques, Ibn Saud married the daughter of the chiefs of his allied tribes, and in 1932 declared the conglomeration of these tribes as the House of Saud, with the region between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf as their kingdom, Saudi Arabia. Ibn Saud had 45 sons, who still today have managed to safeguard his kingdom by staying together in power. In the initial years of its formation, Saudi Arabia's economy was majorly dependent on the fees charged to Muslims all over the world to visit holy mosques of Mecca and Medina, until the discovery of the second largest oil and natural gas reserves in the world that the kingdom possessed. After the discovery of oil. Although King Ibn Saud was aware of the possibility of the existence of oil and natural gas reserves in his kingdom, unlike other Gulf countries, he didn't have the technology to discover and access them. In 1938, King Ibn Saud granted private license to Southern California Oil Company to extract the oil from the reserves in his country, envisioning the boost to the economy that can be created by exporting oil and securing a major customer, the USA. This brought immense wealth to the kingdom and its future generations, and made the kingdom the most influential nation in OPEC, or the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, in the years to follow. In 2005, the then King Abdullah pushed the country into the 21st century by focusing on creating industries that provided value addition to raw oil resources, and diversified the portfolio of the economy by envisioning the depletion of the natural resources. He also focused on developing a strong education system to create a well-learned future generation, and focused on developing better healthcare facilities in the country. In fact, it was Abdullah who led Saudi Arabia to becoming the 149th member of the World Trade Organization in December 2005, and this helped the kingdom in securing its position at an international level on the trade front. The rise of military superpower. In 2015, Saudi Arabia formed a coalition of 12 countries and launched a military campaign named Decisive Storm in order to avoid takeover by Houthi rebels in Yemen. King Salman ordered the deployment of 100 advanced fighter planes and 150,000 troops to execute the operation. This sent a clear message to Shia competitor Iran not to interfere in the matters of the rest of the Arab countries, and reiterated Saudi Arabia's supremacy as the protector of the two holy mosques and the rest of the Arab nations. During this operation, Saudi Arabia had surpassed France and the UK in terms of military expenditure and became the world's fourth largest defense spender at $80 billion. The misuse of wealth. Apart from creating the military dominance in the Gulf region by the use of their filthy rich economy, the country has also funded extremist groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS in disguise and has created international terrorists like Osama bin Laden. One might not be surprised to know that 15 of the 19 terrorists involved in the 9/11 attacks were Saudis, including their leader bin Laden. The extremist groups are strong believers of their religion and are intolerant to any degree of westernization or change in which is beyond their beliefs. The women of Saudi Arabia. For the women in this country, it's still like a gilded prison one cannot escape. Women, until recently, were denied basic rights like driving or voting and are almost treated like children, with either their father or husband as their guardian. The women are not allowed to leave their country, and control over them is so strong, there are actually mobile phone apps used by the guardians to track their movement. Even though women are allowed to pursue education, there are hardly any opportunities available to get them employed, and the princesses of the royal family have been rumored to pass their days watching television and going on luxurious shopping sprees just to kill time. Needless to say, when it comes to political decisions or succession of the kingdom, the women in the house are not even counted. The future. The 33-year-old Prince MBS is trying his level best to help his country embrace modernization and innovations of the Western world. In 2018, he lifted the long-standing ban on female driving and freed the nation from being the only country in the world where women couldn't drive. He's also made several radical moves like building movie theaters, arranging music events, and other forms of entertainment, which were considered prohibited in the past. But such attempts by Prince Salman have been criticized of only being symbolic, since at the core, MBS has also been accused of being extremely conservative toward the people of his country who try to raise voices against his decisions. On October 2, 2018, Jamal Khashoggi, a journalist for The Washington Post, was assassinated and dismembered inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. After analyzing multiple resources, the CIA concluded that MBS himself had ordered Khashoggi's assassination. Assuming this is true, MBS definitely has a long way to go in becoming any different from former rulers of his country. Conclusion. The House of Saud has successfully transformed itself from a tribal community to a modern-day superpower that it is today by embracing modern times for their development without compromising their religious beliefs. They have banked on both the availability of natural resources and religious dominance in the Gulf region to ensure they are in a position to support their ever-expanding royal lineage. But one must understand, the secret to their supremacy is absolute control, where the power and the economy rest in limited hands, and anyone that challenges the authority from within or outside are suppressed. Question. Considering the problem of depleting reserves of oil and a struggle to embrace modernization without hurting the Wahhabism values, what do you think, Aluxers? Will Saudi Arabia continue to be the superpower they are today? Let us know what you think in the comments. And of course, for watching this video until the end, you get a bonus. Here it is. On January 30th, 2019, Saudi Arabia raised $106 billion from a long-running anti-corruption drive against the royals of the House of Saud and a few other businessmen in the country. The drive was orchestrated by the Crown Prince Mohammed Bin Salman, and well-suited to their royal lineage, the accused members were detained in Ritz-Carlton hotel suites at the capital city of Riyadh since the inception of the drive in November 2017. What a fancy prison cell to find yourself in! Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos for you to watch next. As always, the conversation continues on social media. Thanks again, and we can't wait to have you back tomorrow.